that I can't forget. But you're breaking down my walls again, just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you are, will always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you are, will always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I?
Hello everybody, your boy Kerry here. Welcome to another video, and it's time to know another vlog. So hope you're doing well, right? It's 1 a.m. in the morning and we're only looking at the charts right now to see, because last week Friday I did take some sales of gold, but it ended up stopping me out. I took a re-entry and price came, hit, snipe my SL. I'm going to show you guys in a bit. Started going down. Gold is currently dropping right now, and I've seen another continuation entry for gold, which I'm definitely going to be taking. Price has already triggered me with the position, as you can see right here, right? I've entered with a 0.5% risk because this is a normal setup I'll take as a continuation setup, right? But then not only am I going to make another withdrawal today, my 4-figure withdrawal with Alpha Capital on the account I posted last week. I think you guys know the account that took me 7 months to pass one day the phase 1 day to pass the phase 2. I'm currently up 4 figures on the account, and I'm going to be doing the withdrawal live on this vlog, right? But before we go into that, I want to show you guys TradeZilla just sent me my trade stats, and let's dive into it, right? Okay, so coming over here, this is my trade stats for this week, right? You can see Monday took a loss, Tuesday took a loss, Wednesday. But one thing, you can see the last video I did, and I told you guys I won't be trading Wednesdays no more, because TradeZilla sent me my my trade report, right? My trade report. This is my trade report. You can see everything for August so far. You can see my win rate. I think it's for last month as well, if I'm correct, from mid last month to this month, right? You can see my win rate, profit factor, average. Then it gives me the AI, give me some tips to help me like better everything. But if we look here, this one important stats I want to show you guys. If we notice Thursdays, like I told you guys, Thursday is one of my best days, right? You can see right here, Thursdays, I have 5 wins, 0 loss. Last week, I think this Thursday, I did take 1 trade. It was still a banger trade. Yeah. But the week before that, I took 1 loss, 1 win. Also 1:4, covered up everything, right? But I want you guys to notice Wednesday, like Mondays, Tuesdays are just like my normal days, with Fridays as well. I don't know why it's not showing Fridays. I've taken some trades on Fridays. Maybe it's because I've not added the accounts here. But then these are only these are my funded accounts, right? Mixed with some of my evals. So I'm trying to like gather good info to know how to adjust my strategy better. But if you notice Wednesdays, like you can see my loss. I've taken 6 loss on Wednesdays, 0 win. So what does that tell you guys? It means I should completely avoid Wednesdays, right? Because you can see right here, this is Wednesday. I've lost how much, and from what they are showing here, they're actually correct. You can see everything they are showing me right here. Wednesdays are the days I tend to risk even more. You feel me? Wednesdays are the days I tend to even risk more, because let's just say risk more, I tend to over trade and revenge trade on Wednesdays. So if you notice last week Wednesday, let's just get this over with, go back to my dashboard. If you notice last week Wednesday, like since it's a new week, you notice this Wednesday, this trade here, you can see it's a 1 trade on a 0.5. This was on the 25k account I made a withdrawal from. And with FundingPips, when you make a withdrawal, right? When you make a withdrawal, you need to take a trade. So the trading days start to count. Because you don't take a trade, the account will just be there, null, right? It will start counting from when you take your first trade, and you're trading the after 14 days you need to make a withdrawal. So I just took a trade and closed it. The same thing for this account. I made 2 withdrawals on my 50k accounts with pips. Took 2 trades, and because I legit never saw any trade here. Though on my challenge account I did take some trades, ended up in a loss, if I'm correct. I skipped Wednesday totally, never took anything on Wednesday, even though I saw some setups on Wednesday and the setup still hit SL. That's insane. So Wednesdays, I want to just like get Wednesdays off the hook, focus on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I think I took some trades on Thursday. They ended up hitting take profit during Friday. And yeah, I did take some loss. You can see, took some loss, and these were the wins I took. Mind you, this was on my funded accounts. Payout has been secured, right? So, with that being said, you can see right here, this is my stats for this week. And let me take you guys to the trade I took. Guys, this is the trade I took right here. See, it's already approaching SL, right? I risked 0.5% some of my accounts. As I risked 0.5% on some of my accounts. You can see right here, this was the first trade I took. This was my SL somewhere around here, you know, the 5-minute body, right? Where it closed. This was it right here. The one at the highest high right here. Took it, and as this was already hit SL. For this other trade right here, it's already hit SL. So you can see right here. First trade of the week, and I'm already down. Like, it's crazy. But I don't like taking heavy trades, like risking above 1% when it's not past 2 a.m. Right? I don't know. Goal at time can be too crazy. But yeah, this is the first L of the week. I took it as well on my live account. I mean my funded accounts, as you can see right here. But for me, this is like a continuation setup for this setup, because this setup I would legit like want to hold it right last week. But the problem is there were some of my accounts which I blew last some time ago. I think that was back in June, because of market opening prices. You know, when market gives a gap and everything, I end up taking an L, which is crazy. So with this go right here, I won't take any setup again from here. I'm just gonna wait and see what the 2 a.m. open is gonna show me. That 2 a.m. open is gonna show me my directional buyers, right? But you can see I took the trade right here. The trade came, sniped my SL here. This was my SL for this trade. I was targeting the 1:4, right? I was targeting here. You can see, took my FIP level. This is the 50% range. I was expecting price to at least tap into this 50%. If it's going up with the continuation, I just needed this 50% pullback, right? But then price came, sniped my SL, and this. But then for me, it was still a good setup. It met every criteria I wanted to see, everything. And even this trade right here, that just stopped me out. I legit think the trade is still going to play out, right? I legit think it's going to play a bet, you know. As you can see, I was risking 125. You can see I took the first one, it sniped me. I ended up taking another trade right here, but lower risk. This recovered everything, but then you can see I took it well across these other accounts. I'm trying to pass and everything, but I think I never took it on this account and this account. I never took it on these two accounts, but yeah, took it on these other accounts. Since I sell some leverage, I'm just down about 1%. And you can see right here. I was already up 4% on this account, like for real. You can see the losing streaks I'm in. Like legit heavy losing streaks. Because see, as I took this trade right here with this, I was just at the point of passing this account. You can see after this account, the losing streak. This was the time I was forcing to pass my good funded account. Ended up taking some stupid trades and copy traded them with this account as well. I never took this on my funded accounts. Mind you, I never took this on my funded account. But since the evaluation, I was just trying to play it fast and pass the evaluation. Then you can see right here, I got smoked. But then came back stronger, recovered, and about to pass, started chasing again. As you can see, hit break even. It was 13, was another break even trade, and losses. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this doesn't really bother me, you know. The losses doesn't really bother me. Like just one good trade get me up back to 4% plus, or even potentially pass the account. The only thing that annoys me is I missed a lot of setups last week, right? Which if those setups had triggered, I wouldn't even be here, because I would have passed this account like a long time ago. Because I had sales here, somewhere around here. You can see price came, this 50% inefficiency here. This 50% inefficiency here. You can notice price came, missed the entry point, and dropped. You can see how massively price dropped. This would have given me a very huge RR. Same for this area right here. You can see price came in, missed this area, dropped, right? Also missed this area here, had sales here, missed this area here, dropped a bit. But then this right here, I wasn't really targeting this loss, targeting somewhere around here in two of my accounts to pass. The other accounts would have hit break even, right? Like it's just been crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I missed about 4 setups last week. But then looking at gold right now, I would have loved to see a reaction right here. But gold at times is crazy. That's why I say sometimes you can still be right, see the things you wanna see, and still end up not making money. That's just trading, right? Because you can see gold came here, broke this low, right? Came now, he gave me this confirmation. I needed the 15-minute FVG to print out before taking my sales. But you can see price came, smoked me. And potentially, if this trade was still active, price would have hit break even with the setup right here. But then it's really crazy. I'm down 1% on my funded and 2% on some. Alright, it's really crazy. Because if we go over to my account right here, this is my funding pips. This is my 50k account. You can see I also took the trade here, and the same with the other ACG, right? You can see I took the L and I'm down 1% on the account. Yeah, I'm down 1% on the account. Same with my other accounts, because like my 10k Alpha Capital, I'm down about 2 point something percent, but this doesn't really bother me. Like this one doesn't really bother me and stuff. But then it's time to make the withdrawal. It's just this account. I'm already down. I think I'm down about 2.5% on this account. This was a 25k account I passed with Alpha Capital Group. Like this account has been hella cooked. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. You can see this account have been hella cooked. Even though the losses are small, because the solid trades I saw last week that I risked my normal 1% ended up not playing out. So when you see this trades that risk 1%, which ended up failing, this were the other trades. When you see these trades with lower risk, now these are trades that really didn't like fit the best plan, so I entered with lower risk. But then the higher risk, the better ones ended up missing me out. But the week is just starting. 0.5% loss is nothing. So hopefully I can pass some of these accounts this week, right? Hopefully I can pass some of these accounts this week. But then let's see how everything's go. But now it's time to make the withdrawal. Okay. You can see this is the account right here. All right. You can see this is the account right here, the account equity and everything. So what I need to do is come to payouts and achievements, and come to payouts, right? You can see right here, request a payout. Then what they ask me is for my trading account. How much can I really withdraw from this account? Wait, let me just calculate it and come back real quick. Yes, as you can see right here, we input the amount as amount after split, right? 1.3k. Hopefully it gets approved. This is going to be the first withdrawal on the account, right? And we hit on submit. Yep. This is definitely how to start the week. Like we prayed for this like this, we worked for this like this, right? And yep, that's it. The withdrawal has been done. I also have another withdrawal again with Alpha Capital secured for this week. That will be done in another part. And yes, you can see, guys, made the withdrawal, show you guys the stats and everything. That was the game plan for me to start the week. I'm going to be avoiding Wednesdays as hell. Like I'm going to be avoiding Wednesdays. I won't be taking a trade on Wednesdays. And yeah, but I started the week in a bad way. Sometimes I just start the week in a better way, right? So this one I'll start the week with plus 4R, 3R, and something like that. But took this, it's just a small loss, 0.5%. So we'll be looking to see what the market gives us right now. But yeah, I've taken the loss and we'll just see. You can see gold right now is currently going up heavy. You can see gold. You can see it's going up heavy right now. I think from here, if it takes out this high, one will end up start looking for buy positions. And that's just how volatile gold is. Like it's crazy. It can move crazy anytime. So I'm going to keep you guys updated. Yo, hello everybody. I just got back home, right? It's currently afternoon, New York session. Took one beautiful sales off New York, and I'm running almost 1:5. I couldn't even start recording from the beginning because I had to go to my friend's place to charge the inverter battery, right, which I'm going to use to trade and be connected overnight. So I had to charge it during the day, use my phone during the day. Then, as you know how it goes, there's no electricity. I just got back home and the trade is already running. Like, I'm targeting 1:4 on some of my accounts, and but this particular FundingPips account, after my with profit split from last withdrawal, is the first trade I've taken on the account, and it's currently running. I've gone break even. It's currently running right now 1:3 risks to reward, and I'm targeting 1:5 risks to reward. I just need a few more drops to hit take profit, and another payout will be secured, right? Let me show you guys the trade. Okay, so you guys can see right here, right? Well, normally this was the first trade idea right here, the entry right here, but price didn't tap me in during before London Open, right? I normally set my limits to expire by London Open, but you can see price then came in, tapped in during London, and I don't trade London session. As you all know me, I don't trade London session, so I let the trade be. You can see right here, this is a trade. Then, but I waited for price, but you could say I take a bit of risk because right here I needed price to take out this London lows right here on the futures chart, right? Which it didn't, but it took it out on CFD. But then I just placed my limits. You can see price entered with a snipe, right? Price entered with a snipe right here. So it's currently running. I expect price to at least tap in this FVG, 50% of this FVG. That's why I say I intend on closing some positions here, right? When it hits the 50% of this FVG. But then my full take profit is down here. If it hits my full take profit, I'm going to pass some of my accounts and still secure some multiple payouts, right? But then let's see how it goes. You can see right here, the trade is currently running. It's also running in some of my accounts right here, but I anticipate this trade is definitely gonna clock in this area. But I'm targeting these lows right here and potentially even lower for gold, right? You can see very beautiful, beautiful textbook setup. Running 1:3, full 1:5. Once it hits, I'm done trading till the withdrawal date. Like, guys, I am so happy right now. You can see how fast the trade played. Really look how fast it played out. Like a sniper, and it literally tanked. Yep, you can see price rate is currently retracing. All right, it missed my take profit by some points. You can see right here. But then at the end of the day, it's trading. Nothing is really like guaranteed. But yeah, I'm already like break even. If it doesn't hit take profit, then I guess it is what it is. But I was anticipating price to at least tap in 50% of this area right here, right? As you can see, I've marked it out. That dot is the 50% of this area. I wasn't expecting price just like retrace, but I'm also on the futures chart on gold. You can see I still expect price to at least come down here, but at the end of the day, gold could still come stop me up here and come down, or stop me up and keep going up. But then let's just see what gives, right? I'm gonna update you guys in a bit, as you can see right here. And yeah, boy, it's just coming back and price hit stop loss. As you can see right here, price came back, you know, expecting price to at least come into this 50%, which it didn't. And like I told you guys, this is gold we're trading right here. Like with gold, I can't even say gold is 50-50 with gold, because you can see gold was literally right here, a few points away from my take profit, came back and hit my SL, right? If you haven't completely closed the trade on gold, don't post a win yet. That's just my advice for you. Like, gold is really, really, really volatile. You can see what just happened right here, right? And it pisses me off because this trade, FundingPips has a striking system. With that striking system, if for instance I lost over 1.2%, they're going to cut my profit split to about half, deduct the profits and everything. So I was risking 450. This is why I don't like taking profit based off the dollar sign, and I prefer taking profits based off risk to reward, right? Because if, for instance, if this was like maybe my Alpha Capital account, I'll be risking $500 with no worry about the strike system. But then risking that 500, I would have taken 1,500 out, which was the 3 risks to reward, because I was targeting both 3 risks to reward and 4 risks to reward. But then you can see what happened right here. But because I switch, I was risking $450 here, right? Just in case of slippage or anything. I won't lose past the 1.2% and get the strike system active. So risking 450, meaning my 3 risk reward needed to be about 1,350, which I hit that target. But then I was aiming for 1,500 plus for 3%, which ended up coming back break even. And at the end of the day, if it's a good setup, it's going to play out. If it's not a good setup, it's not going to play out. So I'm just pretty much done with. I'm not going to lie. I think I'm done trading for today. We'll see what tomorrow gives. I'm like 1-0 down. Took one trade on some of my accounts during Asia, hit SL. This trade was promising, but then break even. It happens, break even will always come, SL will also come, wins will always come as well. And it's really annoying because out of all the accounts, I ended up passing my QT funded phase 2. They are still owing me money for about like two of my payouts. They're denied to pay me for over 2 months now. I would have better preferred to pass maybe my good funded, not this bullshit firm. This firm is just full of work. And yeah, I also made a purchase with some of my profits for last week. As you know, my TV got burnt last time. So I made a purchase this time around. You can see this is the TV stand right here. Everything is literally empty, right? So I received a message about the TV I made the purchase for, and I'll be surely getting it this week. But one thing is we don't still have electricity here actively, so I won't say anything yet. But you can see there's a video of the TV right here. Like the 75-inch QNED LED, mini LED, right? This is gonna rock with my PS5 Pro. I'm not gonna lie. But I just can't wait for this to arrive my side. I just can't wait. Hopefully it arrives today. But I'll most likely have a review of this in person tomorrow. Right? So I think I'm done for today. I'm done for today. And I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow during Asia. This is Monday and my last trade. I'm done for. So adios, boys. Hello everybody, hope you all doing well. It's your boy Kerry. Today's Tuesday afternoon. It's currently 1:22 New York session, right? I wasn't able to do any trade recaps for yesterday because yesterday was really, really, really busy. Like I told you guys, I made a big purchase, right? I purchased a new TV, 75-inch QNED, right? LG. Cost me well over $2,000. So yesterday I had to go inspect it and get some other key items I'll be needing alongside the TV, right? Because if you look at this right here, this thing won't be able to carry the weight of the new TV I just purchased. But then yesterday, while I was out, I did manage to catch a sale setup. The trade ended up hitting me back at break even. And there was one thing I noticed with this trade hitting me at break even, which was very, very, very important. And this is something this is why I always go to go back and read your trade recaps, right? Your journal, because I always have one rule for taking profit depending on the market structure. But I've been selling gold for so long right that thing just completely slipped out of my head. That's why maybe if I still had that in mind, I wouldn't have hit the break even I hit twice yesterday, because I had 2 break evens yesterday, as you can see right here on my screen, right? If you can see the buy and sell. So let me just show you guys real quick on on my Mac, because you can see coming over here, this was the first setup we had, right? Which was yesterday. This sell setup from this area, stops was at this high. Normally I would like to take profit and take most profit at the 50%. Just sadly price never came into the 50% zone, but price did went go over 3 risks to reward, which that was a fair take if you ask me. But then I got too greedy and I was taught a lesson. But then if we come over here, we notice price tapped into this higher time frame area of supply, took out this high, gave the displacement to the downside as always. This camera, the screen keep rotating. But then if you look right here, this was it. Took the sell from this area right here. Pricing gave went over 2.5 hour, came back to break even. Why I noticed now, looking at market structure, you can see price creating and higher highs and higher lows. It's giving uptrend vibes, but then I kept selling and expecting price to take out like the previous higher lows. So then if I see a sales setup right now, I know how I'm gonna like manage to take my profit, because weighted Asia, when Asia takes out New York high, I don't like buying, because most of the time price will end up selling, right? But then you can see right here, price came, waited for price to give me that reaction. Price then gave me the confirmation but never came back, which is something I face a lot of times. But then it's completely normal, right? You don't need to frustrate. Sometimes you just need to accept there is no setup and move on. Give me, I don't trade London session, had to wait. But then we're currently in New York session right now, and I just want to see what New York does. But I expect you to at least take out previous lows from both sessions, right? It's Asia low, London lows. I expect at least price to take it out. If price comes and react off this area and give me a confirmation, I'm definitely going to be taking buys and holding till it takes out this high right here and continue its trend, right? But then I'm going to update you guys because I need to go get this. I made a new purchase today for this bed. This one, the maximum load it can carry for this is about 25 kg, and the TV I purchased was well almost 40 kg. So I had to make a new purchase, but then that one cost me about $100 or so. I'm expecting it to arrive in a bit, which I'll still go inspect. But then I'll most likely be bringing the TV home tomorrow. Since I don't do anything tomorrow, I'm not going to be trading tomorrow, Wednesday, right? That would be a perfect time to bring the TV to my crib. Okay, then I want to call someone to come remove this. Someone who can like mount the other TV here tomorrow. See, we still don't have any electricity right now, and you can see I'm currently using the inverter battery. It's currently 1 bar right now. I need to go to my friend's crib to go charge it in a bit. But then I had to just show you guys the quick update. And as you can see, I've had lots of chances to like get out the drawdown, because you see the streets right here yesterday. If I had closed even at just 22R, right, or 2.5R, I'd have still secured good profits. But then it is what it is. Sometimes this happens just to give you like a wake up call when you're always like been winning, because for the past 2 months I've been consistent winning like back to back. And also one good news is QT funded approved my payout today. But then being approved, because I passed one of the accounts yesterday. You can see the date right here. But then passing the account doesn't mean getting the payouts approved doesn't mean I'll definitely get paid, right? But then you can see right here, it got approved today. But I submitted one of this payout. I think I submitted it on the 12th of June. Over 2 months now. This has been over 2 weeks, I think, for this payout. But then the accounts are open. I'm still going to be trading, and I'm definitely going to do a review on this firm, because I'm not going to lie, this firm has been shit. I am not going to lie. Like, working, struggling, being up all night to make a payout, and the firm come deny the payout like it's nothing. It's crazy. You know that, right? It's crazy. But then I'm gonna definitely update you guys in a minute, right? Because you can see I'm all just from taking my bath, dressed up. I definitely need to reach my friend's crib to like charge this inverter battery, because most likely they'll need it for the drilling of this wall right here. How this call this this design, I don't really know. But then they'll need it to so drill it and fit in the new TV. And I'm really, really excited about the new TV, I'm not gonna lie, because this has better specs, and I'm definitely going to enjoy my PS5 Pro quality gaming on it. And then hope you can secure a payout and pre-order GTA 6, right? But then I'm going to update you guys in a bit, guys. So see you guys by evening. All right, hello everybody. Okay, today's Wednesday. It's currently about 2:40 p.m. in the afternoon, right? I just got back home right now, and I'm pretty much exhausted. Like, I'm really exhausted. We had to go get the TV. It was like a hassle,
had to come on mount the previous I think the TV mount that was behind and setting the new one, which was pretty more stressful as we needed to do some drilling and stuff. But yeah, we did manage to like put it. No trades for me today, but I did take a loss yesterday. Let me show you guys real quick. If you look right here, I was trying to long gold, right? You can see right here. Took buys on gold here, ended up hitting my our bias was correct, but you can see gold right rallied to the upside. But even if I never took those buys, if I had to take these buys, I might have end up hitting SL here, right? So everything I needed, the reaction, the displacement, everything, the price ended up rigging out this low before heading up over to the upside. But then if I was to wait for my normal 2 a.m. open normally like I usually do, I wouldn't have hit this SL, right? Maybe might have a better entry to do the same. But today is Wednesday. I'm avoiding Wednesday as much as possible. But then I just got home. You can see this is the TV right here. I'll be waiting for the electricity to come back. You can see this one is literally big compared to the previous one. I think the previous was somewhere around here, right? Same for the other side because this behind here was really like showing, but now nothing. Like it's really big. It took over everything, and this one was pretty much heavy. I'm not gonna lie, this thing was pretty much heavy. So yeah, we need to come arrange it because it's tilting a bit to the upside, right? It's tilted a bit to the upside. We still have to arrange it so it'll be like real. I think vertical or zero. I think vertical, yeah. But then this is it. We're just waiting for electricity to come back so I could test it out, and I need to clean up the data is there. You can see the house is still messed up from the work we had earlier today, but since 8 a.m. been really busy today. But then yeah, that's pretty much my whole plans for today. So right now I'm just going to take a bath, go get something to eat, and I'll be done for today. So I'll see you guys during Asia session Thursday, right? Hopefully we can have a winning day because I'm currently down 3% on some of my phase 2 evals. I'm down 2% on some of my live account, down 3.5% on some of my ACG live account as well. But then it's crazy, but this isn't anything. I've been down 6% before on my live account, got out, secure some profit. So there's nothing to worry about. Today should have been my payout day with my 10k ACG, but I'm definitely gonna miss it because I'm in a drawdown. But yeah, I'm expecting a 4-figure payout today, and tomorrow I still need to submit another 4-figure payout with ACG, right? Next week I also have 2 payouts. I also have a payout secured with Alpha Capital, FundingPips. Hopefully I can get out this drawdown before next week and secure a payout, hopefully 4-figure as well, before anything else. But then I'll keep on updating you guys as we move forward. So see you guys in the next one.
Hello everybody, your boy Kerry. It's 2:23 a.m. in the morning right now. I barely just woke up from sleep. Like yesterday was really exhausting. I had to sleep early and waking up today before going to bed. I had a chat. I don't know if it was with the CEO or whoever QT funded because as my payout got approved, they told me they wanted to make the payout live or something. Maybe like an interview, right? Like my hair is really itchy. I need to go take a bath soon. But then you can see right here as we're speaking, they asked for my WhatsApp and everything. Let me just because you can see right here. This on Discord, right? So I was speaking with them. So when they're going to schedule a date, and luckily I was scheduled for tomorrow which is today morning now around 10 o'clock, right? So that being said, hopefully they're gonna pay me because I think the total after split they had to give me about 1,005. Hopefully the process the payout. So the money spent on this CV will just be like balance and everything because I'm not gonna lie, even that payout, I already had it out of my mind because waiting 2 months for a payout wasn't just my thing. And yesterday, never traded gold rally to the upside like mad. Right, I'm currently looking at gold right now, and to be honest, I'm not really seeing anything for Asia. Asia is currently having a slow movement, meaning most likely London session is gonna have the heavy move if Asia is having this slow movement, and New York as well. But then there's no need to hurry right now and do anything crazy, right? The only serious thing is I even forgot to update you guys. Yesterday my payout got approved, right? My payout got approved with Alpha Capital. Payout got approved the 4 figure. That's one I thought I thought it was not going to get approved because of the minimum trading days and shit. But then I posted it on their Discord right here. Payout did get approved. I'm gonna attach an email attachment to this or anything. But then the sweetest part is right now I still have to submit another 4 figure payout right now. That's the sweetest part. Hopefully it gets approved before the month actually ends. But then let's submit that payout. Let's see. Payout successfully sent, right? Successful with the payout. And then I think I'm just gonna keep you guys updated. I think this payout most likely most of the times when I request payouts like this on it gets approved on Monday most of the time, but there are sometimes before the week ends it gets approved. So I'm just gonna keep you guys updated and everything if I'm going to see a setup during this Asia or not. If I don't see a setup before around 4:30 a.m. in the morning, I'm just gonna go to bed. But right now, I just want to watch like Marshall, right? Magic and Muscles, just to keep myself entertained because I don't really feel like scrolling through social media right now. And I'll just go and get a quick bath, right? My hair is really, really itching. Don't know why. But then I'm gonna see you guys in a bit. Okay, hello everybody. It's almost 12 p.m. in the afternoon, right? And I never told you guys, but I had a Rick's let's not say Rick's interview, like payout in live interview, something like that, with QT funded because as you guys know, they've been holding my payout for about 2 months now. But guess what? They paid me after I don't know how to put it, if it's a live interview, live payout interview, something like that, yeah. But then they did put me on, and to be honest, I'm really glad because this money will just definitely replace the money I used to like purchase my TV because I wasn't planning on doing this. But from the way I've seen on their Discord and everything, QT funded is somehow improving, right? They're improving how they are paying traders, and I can only hope from here onward they don't stress me, They don't stress me. But yes, I did got I did receive my payout, right? Because you can see when called here, when I receive, you can see that's Binance USDC, right? You can see I was on call with James. So I'm just really happy right now. You guys don't really like, I wasn't even expecting this payout. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I wasn't expecting this payout. Then it just happened. Like, I just think, when it's generally a time, right? The Lord, right? God is definitely just going to make a way for you when it seems to be no way, because I had given up all hopes on this, and I genuinely might blew the remaining accounts I had because I was genuinely pissed off at this point. They don't just tell me that keep trading the account, keep trading the account. I kept on trading, even though that time it was bullshitting, I kept on trading the account.
made payout requested and still got delayed. But I was just watching. But then see, just imagine I had blown the account. Like right now, I would be crying. But a good thing I'm funded now with all the three accounts, even though I'm only down 1% on two of the accounts. Hopefully I can get off that one drawdown today, potentially secure another payout, right? And hopefully they don't stress me. And I'm just genuinely happy because I can really see myself with this. It's just a sign that I might end up hitting about 10k plus with them before anything that slows me down. But I'm going to try not to withdraw too heavy and not to withdraw too little, right? Just within that minimal range. But I'm genuinely happy right now. But then I'm just going to see what gold will give me today, right? Because you notice I haven't taken any trade since the whole of yesterday. I never took any trade. Asia was slow, London too still slow, so New York definitely going to be heavy, right? Because as you can see right here, see it's just ranging, it's just ranging. If I can get a breakdown, taking out this Asia and London lows, I may continue the selling to at least fill in part of this imbalance and potentially closing at 4,415. So let's just see what gold gives, and I'm gonna update you guys in a bit. Oh, hello everybody. I just got home right now. It's I think it's 10:30 right now p.m. Just got home, went over to my friend's place to collect the inverter battery, right? Since it's what I'm using at night. But then I went there, it wasn't charged, and I was really kind of annoyed, but I just have to deal with it. It's like kind of expectations what I'm gonna get. But I did catch one setup today, right? It was a losing setup. I wasn't able to like get everything live because I was really, really, really busy today. Like this week I've been really occupied this week. After doing the live payout interview with QT Funded, I ended up having some things off my schedule. But then I took a sales setup on gold, which ended up being a loss, bringing me down. I'm down about 3% on my funded account, and down almost I'm down 5% on some of my accounts. Like it's really, really a pain in the ass, right? Yeah, I'm down over 5% on this account. You can see right here I've been some crazy losing streaks and some break evens. You can see right here, crazy losing streaks right here. But then this isn't nothing for me. I've been down 7, 8, 9% as to get out. But then I just need to really adapt. Right now, we're extremely bullish. We have a weaker dollar right now. I just need to chill with the sales, right? A buyer position would be better depending on the session, because right now, for today, Friday, what I'm looking for is to, at least let me show you guys real quick. If you come over here, you guys can see, right? Over here, I took sales here, but then if you notice one thing, price was actually, I was expecting price to react off the 50% zone, right? Price didn't react off the 50% zone, and that's what gold has been doing lately. Price won't react off the 50% zone, but then when it goes off and comes back, you end up using this piece as an inducement, right? So what I'll be looking for during Asia, so expect Asia to at least take out these highs right here. If Asia take out these previous zone highs, I'll end up selling, targeting this low and potentially even a bit further below, right? Before we get the real push to the upside. But then I'll need to see some confirmations as well. This is what I'll be looking for. This Asia, right? Like I said, most of the times when Asia takes out the New York highs, I don't like buying. Buying for me is a low probability setup. You end up most of the time always selling. But then, like I said, we always have our Fibonacci to look in our 50% range. So if price take out this high, maybe potentially come in a bit higher, giving me my reaction. If price doesn't come in like down to this area, I might not be looking for anything there. But you can see right here, I took sales here. It really pisses me off because I really legit wanted to close this trade and enter going for buys after I got the confirmation for this invalidation. Because as soon as price reacted off this area, silver and gold move similar to each other, right? Price gave this reaction. Sellers trying to push in, but then you can look right here. And I would have gotten it on time. That's what pisses me off the most. You can see price did react off our 50%. But then if you come over here to silver, right? You will see. Before price doing that, silver already took out this high. And as soon as silver took out this high, I already knew that something right here
was gonna be messed up, right? This right here, I needed to just close my sales in a small loss and take my buys, right? Because this as well also my other confirmation. The reaction, wait for the 15-minute FVG and continue. Because you can see the 15-minute FVG also aligned with the 30-minute FVG right there, as we can see, right? Just aligned 30 minutes. But then because I was already in the position, I just kept hoping that it goes my side. That's why I hate hoping. And most of the time when I end up hoping this position goes my way, I end up getting fucked up. But then that's just pretty much it's just also trading about. Sometimes we need to wake up, and I've noticed this week as well the most break evens have been hitting because gold were actually really bullish on gold right now. But then while we're bullish, I don't need to expect we'll be expecting price to create higher highs and higher lows. So if price goes to another higher high and I end up having a good sale entry, I don't need to be targeting the previous higher low, because price will just end up coming for another reaction before reaching another higher high, right? So I need to be targeting at least 50% range, which was what I wasn't doing. I was letting it like go by, and I'll end up price to go my way over 3 weeks to reward, come back, hit me at break even because potentially targeting 5 or more. But then I've these things are in my journal, right? But because I've been trading with the downtrend lately, I've been saving too much. These things that just slipped off my mind, and this is one thing is good about taking losses because it gives you a wake up call and everything. But then I just hope next week or potentially today I can be able to secure even one good setup and bring myself um out from some of these drawdowns, and maybe next week I see if I can secure a potential payout. But then let's just see what gives, right? We never know what might happen. One might end up blowing the account, which I don't want to do that. But then, well, I'm just gonna update you guys for Asia session. So I'll see you guys in a bit, boys. Okay, hello everybody. It's Friday. Asia is currently 3:50 in the morning. All right, I'm really exhausted. I've only gotten any good sleep lately, so I need to make and get some sleep. But however, I did see some sales setup. Today I came back. I was doing some research. As you all know, my strategy. I'm the one solely coming up with my strategy, entry criteria, and confluences to like get me better entry setups, right, and to avoid some losses. And you all know most of the times, when gold takes out Asia and New York highs, right, during London Asia session, I tend to look for short positions instead. But it's not like when it takes out the previous session, it doesn't buy, right? They'll just need confirmation for that. But then I took one trade. I can just genuinely say I was just eager to take a trade just so to see if it could play out. Let me get out of this drawdown. But then, good thing, I was like, nah, this shit is fucked up. This trade is already showing me signs of like not playing out. So I had to invalidate the setup, right? But then, if we're coming over here to gold, let me show you guys real quick. Come over to my account. Okay. You can see right here, right? You can see I took a sell here, but you can see I quickly closed the sell setup after I got this sweep of the previous session right here. You can see we had this sweep of the previous session. Then coming over to silver, right? We didn't get that sweep yet, so I was looking now for this this CMD is something I'm coming up with, right? Correlative metals divergence. So with that, I needed a confirmation as usual. My 15-minute confirmation is C key for my entry. I didn't get it, but then I was looking to see what price would do here. Price beautifully react off this area, but I wasn't planning on taking any entries here. And you can see silver has now you can see silver right here has already taken out the highs as well. It's not like it was going to be a fake out or anything. Both pairs have indeed taken out these highs. So right now I'm going to be taking my longs on gold to continue with the trend for a 3 arrow setup, right? I'm going to be taking it for a 3 arrow setup. this won't really be like the best, but at least this 3 hour could bring me closer to break even than drawdown. So if price managed to close, leaving me with this 50-minute FVG, I'm gonna take it because you can see I had this right here, but you can see price never reacted on the CFD. But then I'll be taking it off this order confirmation right there, right? So I really love the fact that I had to take some losses lately. It's trying to make me now to adjust, use my brain and everything. Because sometimes you just get too caught up with the wins that you tend to forget stuff and start doing whatever bullshit you're doing. And that's one thing as a trader, you always need to be ready to adapt, accept the faults and adapt, right? Because for the past since late May, June, July, and the first week of August, I've been smashing it, right? Securing payouts back to back. But then it started getting to my head, and I kept on selling gold, selling gold, selling gold, even though the trend shifted, but I wasn't adapting to the trend, right? So that's just what it is. But then I doubt if I'll even be able to take this setup and still be like up to document it till morning, because I'm definitely gonna take a nap. Then I'll wake up and see what price does. If it's triggered me or my limit has expired or it's hit my SL or heading towards TP, anything. Definitely gonna update you guys, but indeed I'm planning on taking buys to continue the trend on gold. Hopefully this could be a winning setup, and this winning setup can at least bring me further away from the drawdown that I am in. But then we just need to keep adapting, right? We just need to adapt. And I think at some point gold is definitely going to react off was it the 4,550? It was on the 4,550. I think the 4,600, yeah, if I'm correct. Then maybe give a drop down bet. We have a weaker dollar right now, so am I still looking for more gold buys, right? But then we'll be seeing what the technicals will be showing. You just need to adapt with every given situation. That's why losses as well usually comes to help and everything. But then I'm going to keep you guys updated as usual. All right, what's good, everybody? It's currently 12 p.m. in the afternoon, right? 1 hour to New York Open, and like I told you guys the previous clip, I was taking a buy setup. I was going to set my limit as usual, expire 30 minutes before London Open. The limit trigger, right? And the good thing is it hit the full 4-hour TP. But then I ended up, since I've been in a losing streak, and this was my second week, would have been one crazy hell of a losing week, right? So I took the buy, as you can see right here, as I told you guys about the this correlated metal divergence was just a fake out. The true move was still bullish, but then I never wanted to enter here aggressively, because if my 15-minute FVG would have confirmed breaking below this low, this would have been a confirmation to take short, right? But then it didn't, came up, left me with this beautiful 15-minute inefficiency right here. I took the buys. I woke up with price of somewhere around here, if I'm correct. But then I wasn't. When I'm in a drawdown, I don't like taking extra positions. But then this was a very beautiful scaling entry, which would have secured me potentially over 8R. But then I was initially targeting 5R for this setup, right? Because I see the setup ran over 5.7R. But I was initially targeting 5R for this setup. But then it's already weekend. I've been on a losing streak. Like, all of my accounts were in drawdown. I need to get those accounts out of the drawdown first, because next week, if I started next week with the accounts in drawdown, maybe my psychology wouldn't have been in check or anything. And it's just another part where other traders don't show you online, right? You can see. Did it. And the beautiful thing about it is, because you guys know I started my account, I was down almost 4% on my FundingPips, both my FundingPips account and everything, right? But then because I did take one loss while I was trying to short somewhere around here, but then I closed it, right? But then I closed the position. One small loss again, taking me further. But then taking out this trade right here, I closed partials at 0.5. I'm not usually a big fan of partials. I don't like taking partials, right? I prefer price to hit my full take profit, because this right here would have secured the 4-figure payout, because my ACG account, which I just made a withdrawal this week, was down
almost 2%. But then I got it out of the drawdown. I would have potentially secured over 2.5% on the account, leaving me for a 4-figure withdrawal. But then I'll be withdrawing just under 4 figures, which isn't bad. I've locked in the payout already. Most of my accounts are back up in profits, right? You can see my FundingPips account right here is already back. You can see the account is already back. And if you take over to my other FundingPips account, the 50K account, you can see they're already back from the deep drawdown. You can see the trade right here. Took partials, and when the price got to this point, I trailed my stop because I wasn't interested again. But then if I held, I might have secured the 1% on this FundingPips account, which with this 1%, I would have like maybe, with this 1%, process my withdrawal, because my withdrawal is next week Tuesday. But then if I don't make any profits on Monday, or then maybe I won't get any withdrawal. But then I'm pretty much really happy with the results, and QT Funding recently processed all of my withdrawals, as you can see, and took one loss, then took one win, right? So I'm up on the account roughly over almost 2.5% of the accounts, and I have 3 of the funded accounts. Some of them are up 2%, some of them 1.9%. But yeah, now it's QT funded. I don't need to be bagging huge withdrawals. I'll just try to keep them under 3 figures, right? Then across all of them could give me maybe 4 figures, because it's QT funded, they be tripping at times. So my next trade is going to be next week on this account, because I think my withdrawal is next week on them. So my next trade is definitely going to be next week. I'll just try risk 0.5%, try to get the remaining minimum trading days, and potentially lock in over 2.5% on each of the accounts. With that, if combined, it will get me close to 4 figures. I don't want to be doing 4 figures withdrawal with QT funded, so I don't get any delays and shit. But then that's just pretty much it, guys. And you can see we pretty much started the week, we started the week really, 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 really bad, right? Back to back losses. The one fine trade that we took, which would have maybe give us some bread, ended up going over 3x reward, coming back to break even. And that was one thing with that setup. I genuinely messed up, right? Because I have one rule when trading against the trend, because gold was really clearly bullish. We had a weaker dollar. So I have one rule when trading against the trend. My take profit should be around my 0.61 fib level, right? Or I target 3, not more than 3x reward. But then I was talking about that area like an area of inducement. Gold doesn't really retrace of the 50% anymore. It just comes down, spike back up. That's what I can see. I clearly took the bias because of that same notion in mind. But then I can say I'm ending this week pretty much in a break even, because I'm up on some accounts 1% for this week, which I was starting the week while I was down on those accounts. Because this account, this my other 50K account, I was starting the account, I was down pretty much, I think it's 1.5%. Went deeper, 3 point something percent, almost 4% drawdown. But then I managed to get back out of the drawdown. I even secure payouts on some of my accounts. This my other ACG accounts. I told you guys I passed the 25K account. I was down 6%. I was legit down 6% on the account. But then I managed to get out of the 6% drawdown, and I'm left to about 1% to go break even. So if I see any good setup, because today is the withdrawal date for the account, which if I see any clean setup, I'm definitely going to take it on the account. I'm not going to lie. If I take it, it goes well, I process my withdrawal today. If it doesn't go well, then I'll wait for the next 2 weeks. I'll be able to maybe recover the account back and secure some profits and wait. But yeah, I already have one profit locked in. We all know yesterday I processed a withdrawal, so hopefully it gets approved today, because since it's towards weekend, if it doesn't get approved today, then definitely Monday the payout is definitely going to land, because most of the times when I break rules, it's definitely for about news trading, right? I'm not the type of person who likes to risk much on the account. Even on the evaluation phase, I just stick to my 1% since I target high risk to reward. But then as time goes by, I'm definitely going to start raising my risk, so I don't spend more time on the evaluation phase. Then on the live account, I stick to my 1% or 0.5%. That's just how I trade. So that's why I see most of the time I barely get of this margin, all of those things. I barely get them, right? But then I'm genuinely happy that I'm ending the week in a great way. I'll just look during New York. If I see any good setup for gold, I'm definitely gonna take it on this account, risking 1%, potentially targeting 3%. Which if the 3% hits,
I'll get out the drawdown, secure 2% profit, and submit the withdrawal. So I'm going to keep you guys updated, but definitely vlog is definitely coming to an end right now, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated if I see any setup. But if I don't, it is what it is, right? At least I never ended the week. The week started bad. Last week was really pretty much bad for me, ended bad for me. This week started bad, but that's the good thing about trading, especially when you're coming up with your own strategy, like your own entry models, because I see it's easy for me to adapt because I don't have any mentor to like do 1 or 2 checks on everything. Nah, I have to look in the mirror, redefine my losses, accept them, and adapt, right? Because yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine, telling him how down bad I was. But even though I'm the type of guy who, with my strategy, I barely blow accounts because I'm always a 1% and a high risk reward trader, right? I stick to my 1% risk. I know how many trades I can take on a specific day. Now you can see I'm avoiding Wednesdays because definitely if I've taken a trade maybe on Wednesdays, I might have lost, which wouldn't potentially bring me out of this drawdown. But then I'm happy. I've locked in the payout. So the week didn't end completely bad because I've locked in the payout just slightly, almost 4 figures, which isn't bad. And I'm definitely sure it's going to get approved, right? Because I've checked, there was no news, nothing. And I'm really proud. I'm really, really, really happy. So I'm going to see next week, I'm going to try to adapt to the buying trend and see if I can lock in a 3% payout on both these accounts. But then I also have another withdrawal next week, right? Yes, I have one withdrawal next week. But if I can be able to lock in another withdrawal on these 2 accounts, I'm definitely going to lock in those payouts and how it is. We'll go with the vibe. So I'm going to keep you guys updated and peace out.